are you doing today? Amy Demas with Communicate Excellence. So I want to ask you something. Have you ever thought you explained something so well to your clients and then you begin to wonder, why are they not getting it? Like, it's so obvious. We almost feel like saying, duh. As we continue our series on closing communication gaps, we're going to talk about, isn't it obvious? Today on Communication Timely Tips. So haven't there been times when you thought, I've told them and I've told them and I've told them, why aren't they getting it? Why don't they do what I say? Could there be something at play in here? Truly, it is. There's this thing called the curse of knowledge. The Heath brothers, Chip and Dan Heath, mentioned it in their book, Made to Stick, and I'll give you a link for that at the end. But what the curse of knowledge is once we know something, we can never unknow it. We can never know what it's like to not have it be so obvious. That seems to be a real ethereal way to talk about it. Let me demonstrate it. Let's play a game. I am going to clap out a song and I want you to guess it. Should be easy enough. Ready? Here we go. Got it, right? Well, there was an experiment done in 1990 by a Stanford PhD, Elizabeth Newton. She got students together and had them tap out 120 songs to listeners. Well, she asked the tappers, how well do you think those listeners will do at guessing the tune? And they said, 50%. I'm good. They were concentrating. I was doing a good job. 50%. Care to guess how many answers were correct? A mere 2.5%. 3 out of 120. That's not as good of an average as you think it is. Why in the world is that happening? Well, to the tappers, they hear the song in their head. Could you guess mine? It was Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, right? Seems so obvious. But to you, you have no song going on in your head, and it's going to be harder for you to guess it. Well, the same thing can happen in our offices. And when I listen to calls at the front desk, I notice parents who are concerned, worried, or otherwise about 3 common things. I'm going to call them our 3 curses of knowledge. Because we deal with it day in, day out, and it's so intuitively obvious to us. They are our pokes, our gaps, and our bites. We need to not dumb it down, but we need to speak to a universal language that anyone can understand because they've experienced it multiple times in their life. So let's take them one by one. We start off with our pokes. What if we were to use a rope example? And I said, imagine this rope, and it's not in a straight line. It is in a curved pattern, and that is kind of like the light wire we just put into your teeth. Because your teeth are not straight, that wire is going back and forth and back and forth. But that wire is going to do its work, and it is going to begin to come back into its straighter position, and that means those ends, it's going to appear to get longer than the point A and B they started at. So a poke can happen. It's not uncommon for that to happen, which is why we're going to provide you wax and let us know. We can always clip that wire if you have a poke. Now they have a picture that they can imagine and go, it makes sense why that can happen. How about our second one? Those gaps, those times when we may be moving a midline or distillating molars, or we may be having an expander, and teeth don't move all at once. Some things move faster than others. Well, they can't picture that. But how many times have I heard a parent call in and say, "What's that gap doing in the front of their mouth? What's going on?" Well, if we know and we anticipate that's going to happen with a different wire change or something that's going on, let's go to the cars at a stoplight illustration. You've experienced it. We're all sitting in a line at a red light and the light turns green. We all don't instantly move as a unit once the light turns green. No, the first car goes, a space opens up. The second car goes, space opens up. Third car goes, a space opens up until we finally get everybody going. If we use an illustration like that, we can say the gap is temporary. It is to be expected. It is not a surprise, but we will be remedying that in the long term. Then the other one that we tend to get calls about, bites. Now, you and I know a lot of times we're putting bike ramps, bike turbos, buildups on teeth to help open up bites or to prevent teeth from crashing down on a bracket, injuring a tooth or chipping a tooth or breaking a bracket off. But they don't know that and they don't understand that. Well, let's see if we can give a picture as to what it feels like for their child. Because that child's telling mom, "I can't chew." Tell mom it's like the sticky candy that you may have had on Halloween and that their child should not be having in these days. And it's like they've got stuck in their molars. And that sensation, while it may be annoying for a period of time, one, they will get used to it. And secondarily, it will serve its purpose. And once it does, we will be removing those turbos, buildups, and otherwise. The thing we're trying to get across here is these things are usual, temporary, and we can give a picture for them that they can understand in their language. As I promised you, I wanted to let you know about the Heath brothers. The book is called Made to Stick, and one of the things they say within the book is this: it is hard to share our knowledge because we can't ever recreate what it's like to unknow it or be in their state of mind of it not being familiar. So we have to constantly work on making concrete examples that they would be able to relate to. Some great resources also at heathbrothers.com/resources. All these are to help close those communication gaps so that we prevent those negative surprises for our patients and families. Until next time, make it a great day and go communicate excellence. See you soon. Bye-bye.